Steve Evans, a nice full week to work at the training ground after a very impressive win on Saturday.
Yeah, listen, it's the lads here have got an absolute huge appetite to work hard, and they've done that since the first day of pre-season. And every time we added to the group, they've bought into that ethos. So it's been really good. We've been able to do some good work on the training ground. We've been able to freshen the players up as well. They've had a day or so away from here, and we're obviously back in this morning and ready and focused for a tough weekend. But yeah, we're working hard, and that work ethic and that mentality to strive to be better every day must continue, or ultimately you fail if you don't have that.
Do you enjoy 3 weeks like this, or would you rather have a game on Tuesday and keep that momentum going?
I think players would rather play. I think for staff, it's good for us if we have maybe a couple or 2 or 3 weeks in a row, because then you can do some real good work on the training ground. I think you're still limited when you go on Saturday, Tuesday. You're limited when it comes to how much work you can do when you're trying to also recover some that's played. So there's a bit of a mixture, but I love having the players in. You know, if it was the science behind it said we're in here every day, I'd be in every day. So you either live and breathe it or you don't. That's contrary to a lot of opinions being said in the past. But you live and breathe it. And the nice thing I've got is I've got a group who believe that also.
On to Saturday. Gillingham is a club you know very well, more than most. What do you expect to see from them?
It's going to be a tough game. You know, I think Neil Harris and myself, I know it's from our perspective as managers, it's just another game. But I think when you go back to your old clubs, I think it's a club that I ain't got lots of clubs in my career, and Gillingham was a club we had 2 tremendous seasons at, almost getting in the playoffs, certainly in the second of the 2 years, getting in the playoffs. Some brilliant people. Still, I've probably been in Gillingham more times than I've been in most towns other than Stevenage or my hometown where I live in the past year or so, because we met some friends there, and they'll be family friends. They've got Jills through the middle of them as part of me in that. So it's good to go back. There's some brilliant supporters. There's some great people, and it's going to be a tough gig for us. You know, there's a lot of players and staff. It'd be nice to give a little shake of the hands and embrace, and when we arrive and when we leave, in between times, we have to try and win a football match. But if it's appropriate, I'll certainly take the chance to applaud the Gillingham public, the Gillingham supporters, and the Rainamen, because they in large, them are good people.
We have to mention it. We've enjoyed a full week of it. Top of the league. Does that add any extra pressure to the squad?
No, listen. It's I can't be in a better place. The only people that's not in a good place today is the Glasgow Rangers supporters, aren't they? They're like, everyone knows my allegiance to Glasgow Celtic. So if you're Glasgow Rangers supporters this morning, the curtains are closed, you're phoning in sick, you're not going to work. In all seriousness, there'll be plenty of banter going. But from our point of view, we're top of the league. Are we there through default? Are we there because things are not right? Other clubs, no. We're there on merit. This is a real good group. We may not be there in 2 weeks' time, 3 weeks' time, 3 months' time. But if we're living for the moment, the squad has been tremendous. We've got some big characters. We've got everyone fit and available for selection. We have a headache picking the team for Saturday, because there's often on a Thursday, it's every Thursday, we have a staff meeting, and in my staff meetings, people have to be honest and have to be upfront. And we've had some great debates and me challenging the staff as to different systems of play for Gillingham, different starting teams, different bench. So from that point of view, the boys are in a great place. And top of the league is, you'd rather be top than second. But if you're mid-table half, and I've been at Gillingham, I'd rather been 9th and finishing 10th. I'd rather be 8th and finishing 9th. So you'd rather be first than second. But we know that teams have games in hand. We know that Leyton Orient sit there with the big profile, the big money, the big crowds. We know that. We know the Bradford Cities are sitting there, the Salfords, the Mansfields. I keep going. It's a tough league to do very well in.
And we've spoken before about improving our away form. It's quite good, but it could be better. And Saturday's an opportunity to get another win on the board away from home.
Yeah, it could be better. We address the players. I think I said to you, we break it down into 10-game periods, and when we did that with the players, we said, we've got 4 10s and a 6, and after 10, the one thing that's gapping is it away results. The form's been good. You know, I think the one game we deserved to lose was Salford. I think Salford were better than us. I think if you watch that as a neutral, I still say our 3-0 defeat at Bradford was harsh. I think we had more possession and well, that's, but you know what, they're a terrific team with a good manager, brilliant support base. But from our point of view, we've gone to difficult venues. We went to Crewe, we had to hang into periods of the game. We went to Crawley, we had to hang into periods of the game. And I've no doubt we'll need to hang in at Priestfield on Saturday. The one thing I know about going forward is every game's a challenge, every game is tough, home or away. And you know, to go to Priestfield and try and get 3 points is our next objective.
And our supporters haven't had the chance to go to Priestfield in almost 9 years now, so you can expect there'll be a good following from our away support. We'll
take your Brawleys. If it's going to rain, I think I was told there was going to be a roof on there when I was in 3 years, but the roof on that ain't going to happen. But in all seriousness, it's there'll be a great atmosphere. The one thing the Joe's public do is they get behind the team. But they'll enjoy the occasion. It's a proper football stadium. You know, I think everyone thinks that Gillingham, the only professional football club in Kent at Football League level, I think everyone knows that's a top-end championship club waiting to happen with the potential, etc. So our supporters will enjoy going there. But ultimately, football fans only really enjoy it if their team's playing well, if their team's winning the match, if they're going home with a point or 3. If we add to a point, Stanley, we won a 3 on Saturday, we'll drive away and say, you know, we're going to be certainly in the top 2 in the league if we do that. And we're going to say that's incredible. We had 5 years in the bottom 4, 5 years, 6 years in the bottom 4. So every week we appear in that talk where that's just credit to the dressing room, it's credit to the players. And ultimately, as we know, and I speak so warmly about the Gillingham public, but it's the same as the Stevenage public, we know that it's different to Gillingham. The chairman here foots the bills. Ultimately, he puts millions of pounds in. But he knows the real owners of the supporters. We sit and have these conversations. And so I know how difficult it'll be for us on Saturday, but it's a great place to go and play football. It's a great place to be the manager. And it's a great place to go and take your troops into battle against that team. So our supporters will enjoy an afternoon in Kent for sure.
That's great. Thank you, Gaffer.